Well, hello there guys, this is Diamond from Diamond Shine Soap. I'm super excited to see you today. Before we get into this video, I want to let you guys know that anything that you need from this channel as far as recipes, candle making recipes, skincare recipes, any of that, it will be linked in the description box. It will take you over to my Patreon. My Patreon is full of hundreds of recipes. You have a large community there. I'm in the chat. You can talk to me pretty much 24 hours a day. I'm always available in the chat. And so you get your help, you get your one-on-one coaching, you get candle making classes, so you're not out here trying to figure things out. There's so much for you to do in 2026. Why not join, okay? Guys, I'm excited about this recipe today. So we make hand soap, we make bar soap, dish soap. One soap that we need in our collection right now is body wash, okay? There are some people who will never use a bar of soap a day in their life. They prefer body wash, and guys, we need to be able to make it for them, and we need to make it very cheap, okay? So today I'm going to give you guys a recipe, and listen, if you want the recipe, it will be linked in the description box. I'm going to tell you everything you need to make this liquid hot process, by the way. First thing first is you're going to need some potassium hydroxide. So this is different than sodium hydroxide. It makes bar soap. Potassium hydroxide makes liquid soap, okay? And you can't use that for that. You just have to purchase it, okay? The next thing you're going to need is some liquid crawl thicks. Now, I got my liquid crawl thicks from Brambleberry. Listen, liquid crawl thicks is extremely expensive, okay? For a bottle this size, and this is about 16 ounces, you're gonna probably pay about $30, okay? $30 on other sites. It's really expensive. But this is our key ingredient. This is our thickener. It's just almost like using xanthan gum in a recipe. And it's like if you try to omit it, you can't get the you can't thicken it without it. Then you're gonna need some coconut oil. Coconut oil is really important. We have a great balance in this recipe, so it won't be like too drying. But coconut oil is really good for your lather. So you're going to need that. So it's all about the lather. All about the lather, okay? The lather is the most important thing. The next thing you're going to need is some castor oil. Oil is good for bubbles as well, The next thing you're going to need is some olive oil. Next thing you're going to need is some coconut oil. The coconut oil is really good for lather, so you definitely don't want to leave that out. We have a great balance in this recipe, so it won't be too drying. Definitely not drying at all. When it came down to the olive oil, guys, and I keep talking about really expensive, olive oil has went up drastically, almost to the point where people cannot even afford it. So instead of you using olive oil in your recipe, you can swap that out for canola oil. It's just as good, trust me. The next thing you're gonna need is some sunflower oil, and that completes our recipe. So if you guys are ready, I'm ready. Let's go ahead and make it. For this recipe, I decided to go in the pot instead of like high over top of the pot. The reason why I chose to do it this way is because I wanted you guys to be able to see each phase of this hot process soap. Sometimes we can make these hot process soaps and it just honestly, it could be so confusing. So I wanted you guys to be able to see it a little bit better. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and turn on your crock pot. Whatever you are using to heat up your oils, you want to go ahead and turn that on. And you want to melt every single piece of coconut oil in that pot. Now you want to go ahead and pour your lye solution into your oils, but make sure you lower it all the way down into the pot. I always do it this way to make sure that it don't splash up in my face or on my skin. This is just a way for me to protect myself. Now, whenever you decide to go on your soap making journey, just make sure you have on some gloves, make sure you wear some goggles, make sure you have on a mask, make sure you have on a long sleeve shirt, and also closed toe shoes. Okay, so now this is the part where you are going to put some real work in, okay? So we are just using our immersion blender to bring everything to a trace, the same way we would if we were just making, regular hot or cold process soap bars. Now, I did name this a luxury body wash for the simple reason, listen, y'all, I only use luxury fragrances. When you guys start going out here to these vendor markets, you will notice that if you are using certain things such as mahogany teak wood, cocoa butter cashmere, all of those familiar scents that people already know, black ice, people are just honestly getting tired of that stuff. Because I'm telling you, when I walk up and I see people making soap, they all got the same sense, okay? So in the description box, I linked a luxury fragrance list in there, so you guys will have, fragrances from Burberry to Versace and so on and so forth. So if you want that list, it is linked in the description box. All right, so what we're doing is we are going to bring it to the consistency of I would say a milkshake. It's going to look like a milkshake. It's going to get very, very thick. And while you're doing this, yes, you are going to see a lot of heat coming out, but you don't have to worry about it rising up. You know how hot processed soap rise up out of the pot? You don't have to worry about that happening. It is hot, and I am mixing it while it's hot, and that causes it to move a little faster. If I was to do it while it was a little bit cooler and work my way up, it still would work wonderfully that way, even in a crock pot. But I do it this way, like a high temperature, so I can get done pretty quick. So normally it takes me about, I would say, less than 30 minutes to make this soap. All right, so the next thing you're going to see is it is going to get so thick to the point where you can no longer use your hand mixer, okay? Like right now, you guys see, that is our mashed potato phase, okay? At this point, you could just go ahead and grab your spatula, and the only thing you're going to do is you're just going to mix it around. Just keep moving it around. I always move it around just to make sure that it does not stick to the bottom of the pot or get burnt. It just keep it moving. That's my best advice. And normally during this time, all of the lye is being cooked off and is pretty much almost ready for the next phase. So mine is completely finished. I did a zap test on it. And what is a zap test? It's pretty much taking the soap paste, sticking it up to your tongue, and if you get a battery zap, then that means that you still have some active lye in there. You can do it with the pH strips as well. You can take a little bit of distilled water and do it that way. Or you can just take a spot of the soap paste, wet it a little bit, and then stick the pH strip on the top of it, and you can just test it that way as well. One thing I'm going to tell you guys about body wash / shower gel, you cannot lower the pH, okay? And I know a lot of people going to ask that question. Can I lower the pH? You cannot lower the pH. You cannot lower the pH. You do not need a preservative. And I'm going to say that 1,000 times again. You do not need a preservative because the pH is so high, it kills off any germs or little microbes, bacteria, anything that you could possibly grow inside. It will not be able to survive because of that high pH, okay? Body wash, bar soap, high pH. Get used to it. It's all right. All right. So I'm just mixing it around, guys. But I knew when I saw it, when I first started mixing it around, I was like, okay, this is done. Now, this is the phase where you are going to add your distilled water. You can do it at a 1-to-1 ratio, or you could just go a little bit above that 1-to-1 ratio. Me, I went a little above that. I didn't want it to be a little bit. I was like, let's see how far can you go, okay? I always try to stretch it to the max. And I did, okay? So I added it, and I will definitely gladly leave all of my numbers, everything that I use, how much, all of that kind of stuff, every percentage, all in the Patreon. It will be right there for you guys, okay? I will not miss a step. Anyway, guys, I am going to leave this sitting. Now, listen, you can put it on the stove. You can put it on the stove, but you have to put it on a very low setting. You can put it in a crock pot. You have to put it on a very low setting. And it is finished when all of those little soap pieces are fully dissolved, okay? So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we are going to transfer from the pot to a container, because now we are going to add our liquid Crawthix. Now I got all of my soap paste to fully dissolve except for these little 2 pieces. I was like, why? And so we're just going to leave them in there. It is completely fine. As you guys can see, this is very thin, so if I wanted to just make this into a body wash and not add Crawthix, I would not like the consistency. I like my body wash / shower gel to be super thick. It's just something about that thickness, guys. So first things first is we are going to do this a little bit different. First thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and add your fragrance oil. I didn't do that first, but I give you that advice because when you add your fragrance oil, sometimes your fragrance oil can be the thickener. Listen, it may sound crazy, but it is very true. The fragrance oil can actually thicken up the soap. So you want to add that first. And also when you add the fragrance oil after the crawl thicks, it might be entirely too thick, okay? So go ahead and add your fragrance oil first and then start out with your crawl thicks at 1%. And if it's too thin, increase it to 2%. If it's too thin, increase it to 3%. If it's too thin, not thick enough. I'm not going to say too thin. If it's not thick enough, increase it to 4%. You don't want to go too much above that 4-5% mark because listen, y'all, this will become a very expensive journey because the crawl thicks is too high. So I like to leave it very low. And I was able to accomplish mine with about between 3 to 4%. So I'm just going to go ahead and give this another spray with some alcohol, and it's just rubbing alcohol from Walmart, nothing special, and that just helps clear out the bubbles so that you guys can see how thick it actually is. Now listen, y'all, I'm about to use some Versace fragrance oil. The problem is, I want y'all to hear me, I added my fragrance oil at 2% after I added the crawl thicks. So you guys can already see, look at it. It's thickening up a lot. But listen, it was not too thick for me. I love my consistency to be very, very thick. And as I just, let this sit for a while, it literally thickened up to the consistency of shower gel. But as you guys can see, it is very thick, very beautiful. And it almost looked creamy. I love it. I loved how it turned out. And guys, the more I run that spatula back and forth, you can see this thing is super thick, okay? So this is the consistency we were going for. We did not want no watery body wash, okay? No, we didn't want that. Go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel. And this is the final consistency. Look at that, y'all. Oh my God, I am loving it. I'm going to be bragging about this. I actually used it in the shower and oh my goodness, magnificent. Remember, you can add some cocoa butane. We call it bubble up, and that will give you more lather if you want to. That is a choice. You don't have to, but if you want some more lather, you can do that as well. See you guys.